Hi, this is Keith Furrow, the Trust Name Real Estate along the Gulf Coast. Today I wanted to talk to you about something interesting. There's a lot of different ways that you can construct homes. Okay, the basic ones around our area are mostly framed houses with wood, and they mostly either have a block foundation or they have a monolithic slab foundation, which is one contiguous pour, and then we have some built-in pilings, which are typically wood floors, wood floor joists. That's typically what they are. And then you have concrete below, and may or may not have concrete below, but typically there's concrete below, and that serves as the garage, which may or may not be closed. But these are the kind of things we look at. Now, what are the other types of construction? Well, block construction is very popular in South Florida because they have more availability for block, less availability for wood because wood costs more to get there. And let's face it, nature has bugs. Bugs get smarter, stronger every day. It's like everyone else. And because of that, the termites and that kind of thing are a little more prevalent down there. Now, along the Gulf Coast, they're still becoming a problem. And so I strongly recommend concrete homes, ICF instead of concrete form of some type. Concrete panels, concrete poured is probably the best. You have the maximum energy value, but it's a little more expensive. The guys that I talk to that sell it says 7 to 8%. The guys that I know that are on the street that actually, sell it, it's probably like 12 or 13%. But somewhere between there. And so that's a lot of money. If you're talking about a $500,000 house, it's a lot of money. And that's a difference of whether you get the jacuzzi or the bigger deck or whatever you do. So in my opinion, ICF is by far the best type of construction because, in case of people say, well, they've got termites to eat concrete, maybe, but not too often. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but I've heard that story. But generally, it's not the same thing as wood. We all know they eat the wood. Okay, now, what are other types of construction? We have what's called modular homes. Modular homes come in and 4 pieces, 2 pieces, 6 pieces, 12 pieces, they put together somehow. And then you have this type of modular home that's kind of like a H. And so they build a block or a concrete slab, and then they put a plate on the bottom, and then they come down and drop them, and it sits right in there, and they all go together. They slide together with a device or however they do it, and then they put the roof trusses on it fairly quick. The beauty of that is those homes can be dried in 1 to 3 days. I mean, typically 1, but 1 to 3 days, there it is. Now, you still have time on the inside. Now, if you go with the ICF type, you typically have the styrofoam on the inside, and rather than have to saw wood, they go with a hot knife and just cut it in. So they cut right through the styrofoam. And so these are some different types. Now, there's also prefabs. Now, prefabs would be they bring it in, poop, drop it down, or just 2 pieces. And again, modular and prefab kind of blur depending on what your opinion of that is. If you're selling modular, you're not calling prefabs. If you're selling prefabs, everybody's going to have their opinion. So that's kind of a spin, but just kind of understand how that works. Now, with Florida codes, we're very strict here. So a lot of the ideas and things that people want to do have to follow, the construction here. In Alabama, they have different codes, Georgia, different codes, different parts of Florida has different codes. Typically, Florida is going to be pretty strong. They typically go really strong energy codes and really strong construction codes. So that's kind of important to understand. Now, addition to that, and this is kind of out there are types of construction now where they have straw. They put straw and they cut it and it becomes these lightweight blocks. And to be honest, they're very strong because nature solved these problems. And when they do, have you ever just hit a piece of grass, if it's a hard piece of grass? And so we don't see that a lot here. I would say in the future, you're going to see homes built with 3D CAD situations where they're going to send you the whole package. I had somebody I met with a few weeks ago. He wanted to buy this package from Vietnam, and the entire thing took 24 hours to make, and it was coming in a container, and it was all built. Every piece, everything, look, there it is. I'm like, and I've seen it in the past, in my 38 years, where we saw log homes, and the log homes come on the back of a truck with all the logs pre-cut, numbered like a link of logs, and then all the furniture there. So people are always trying to think outside the box because let's face it, too expensive properties makes the homeless situation more severe. Different, don't want to be political, but it's all different such a situation. But understanding that the market is constantly trying to be better and better. And I tell people this a lot. I say we buy homes for hopefully long-term investment or long-term, but mostly use. But what you have to understand about it is that you could get a single wide or double wide way out in the country somewhere and pay for it and never have a house payment again. People don't typically do that because you don't have the services, you don't have the parks, maybe you're only going to have well water. So those are things to consider when people do that. But understanding that we buy our homes because they're pretty and they're attractive and we want grandma to be proud of us and we want our children to, so that's important. So it's not always about the price, but it is about how good the quality is. So anyway, Keith Furrow Associates. If you have any questions, please, or feedback, give it to us. If you like us, please like us. A little longer video today, but I thought it was too much information to try to shorten it. Have a great day.